last stream, I think I already hit the record button because I had to hit it to activate it. It's not a bad thing if it records. It may end up running out of memory just fine. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's great. I don't know, but that's something that sent me. Not far. Probably 90 outside. Probably down there over 100. How's business? Yeah, you want to come up and have section and do live? Okay. All right. Sounds good. I was using our playoffs. Yeah. As far as the other one, particularly for the one I'm guessing we're going to have some staff around. So I can just keep the stream going, but I'm using mine. And the one on Wednesday doesn't get a video. I'll just do our right. We will be. Way to think that way.
It is a scorcher out there, and scorcher to say the least. It is just as hot, if not hotter, inside Eastmoreland Courts as it's the IBL regular season finale. Leave it up to the Portland Chinooks and the Salem Sabres to wrap up the regular campaign. Summer basketball at its finest here tonight. Greetings from Southeast Portland. I'm Jeremy Scott. Mike side with you here. I've got my towel, I've got my ice water, and every other necessary tool as we broadcast from a sweltering gym in Southeast Portland here tonight. Glad, though, to have you along. As always, it's Portland Chinooks basketball on Portland Chinooks Web Radio and at IBLTV.com. Portland at 13-5 against the 9-9 Salem Sabres. As mentioned, the final regular season game of the IBL 2013 campaign here on this Monday night. Home of the 2013 IBL playoffs is Eastmoreland coming up this weekend, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Portland to take on Vancouver at 2:30 on Independence Day. Well, both Portland and Salem know their playoff opponents, so this one is more about pride than anything. Portland has already won the season series with the Sabres, and the Chinooks are a lock for 3rd place, so the outcome's not going to change much in the standings. But again, they're playing for pride tonight as Salem trying to stop a losing streak to Portland as they've come here a couple of times in the past few weeks and lost both ball games. Portland winning at Chemeketa on the 18th of May, 113-101. And then the Sabres won a week later, 124-115. Portland took ball games here at Eastmoreland on June 14th, 106-96. And a week ago last Thursday, 110-103. So only 12 points have separated, 12 or less in the previous 4 meetings between Portland and Salem. The I-5 rivals meet yet again here tonight. As we look forward, Portland will meet Vancouver in the first round on Thursday at 2:30 in the afternoon. Before the fireworks light up the sky, we invite you to be here at Eastmoreland Courts, home of the IBL 2013 playoffs. Salem needs to win a play-in game on Wednesday versus Nippon just to draw Bellingham, a tough task as that will be in the semifinals. Now to set the stage, and we never like to get too far ahead of ourselves, but if Portland beats Vancouver in the Battle of the Bridges 4 on Thursday, they'll advance to take on the winner of Bellingham versus either Salem or Nippon. That game Friday night here at Eastmoreland Courts. So all the action wrapping up in just a few short days in the IBL regular season. Portland again at 13-5. They have won 10 straight ball games. They were once 3-5 below 500, and they lost their first 3 ball games of the season. So when you add it all up, Portland winners of 13 of their past 15 ball games. Portland with a lead over Salem of 4 games. Salem cannot catch Portland, so they will play Nippon on Wednesday evening at 7 right back here. Salem could have to be here 3 times in 4 nights if they win that game on Wednesday and advance into the first round of the IBL playoffs. Portland trails Vancouver by 1.5 games, cannot catch them for second. And they trail Bellingham by 3 games and cannot catch them for first. So the only thing to be decided here tonight, final standings. Will Portland get their 14th victory, or will Salem get their 10th win of the season? Sabres come in with a record of 9-9. They had a couple of weekend games since last playing Portland, hosting Nippon on Friday night and winning by 10, then going up to Bellingham the very next day. A hot one at that, and losing by 16 to the defending IBL champion Slam. So Portland at 13-5 and Salem at 9-9 meet in the regular season finale here on this Monday evening from Eastmoreland Courts in Southeast Portland. Coming up next, it's Trevor Kaiser, coach of your Chinooks, on the Coaches Chat, coming up next.
Threw it off the backboard, he lobbed it to himself and threw it down. A la NBA dunk contest, Kevin Ford with a boom.
Get hooked on Portland Chinooks basketball.
Steps back out beyond the arc, he's heating up. Mike Hart is feeling it with another money shot.
Mike into the front court to Cunningham, near corner 3, he's on fire. Here's Cunningham to Jordan for the boom. David Lucas, top of the lane, puts a 3 in. Portland rebound up ahead to Kevin Ford. He's going to go up with authority. Now back to Hart, seeing time wind down. Puts up a 3 and hits it. Portland a steal. Cunningham tipped it. Shep threw it ahead, and Cunningham dunked. Cunningham will pull up for 3 and show him how to do it.
Portland Chinooks basketball. Get hooked.
I'm a champion. Realize Shaq's mechanism. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hi, Shaquille O'Neal for Rad. This is not your normal PSA. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to go out and have a good time, it's fine. But designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Coach Trevor Kaiser here on the Coach's Chat. It's the final game of the regular season. It comes down to Portland and Salem in the IBL here tonight. Are you surviving this heat?
Oh, it's going to be a hot one. It's hotter in the gym than it is in the lobby here, and it's not much cooler in the gym than it is outside.
So that means no suit coat and a loosened tie?
No. And if the league would let us, we'd wear shorts.
Talk about what improvements you think still need to be made. Every coach always says, well, we can get better at this, we can get better at that. What would some of those things be as we head into playoff mode?
I'd say our number one improvement we can make would be become a better offensive rebounding team, get more offensive boards. We've been doing a good job on the defensive boards, but I think we could do a little better offensively on the offensive boards, and then in transition, maybe not turn the ball over quite so much. But then again, on the flip side of that, we're pushing the envelope and making a lot of things happen in transition as well.
And those guys realize that those offensive rebounds lead to more chances around the rim.
Leads to more shots, which leads to more points. If we could just get 7 or 8, 9 or more offensive rebounds a game, we'd be happy.
Now you mentioned rebounds. That's going to be another big task tonight as you face Salem's two bigs inside. Absolutely.
They're two of the leading rebounders in the league. And it's hard to beat somebody 3 or 4 times in a row. This will be, the 3rd or 4th time we've played them in the last month, and we've won the last times we've played, but it's really hard to beat the same team, keep playing them, and beat them the same way.
What's going well in your mind from the bench as you look at your team out on the floor?
Chemistry. Our guys get along. They get along very well together. They play hard, and we play good defense. And we are really forcing the tempo of the game off of our defense.
I know you had a couple guys sit out the game the other night because of some work issues. Are you going to be back to full strength tonight?
We'll have everybody back tonight, yeah.
Including Mike Hart?
Mike Hart will be back. He went on a vacation with his family this last week. It's the only week he's had off in the last year and a half, and, he needed to take that. And he leaves at the end of July to go to Germany, so he won't be back for another year.
Talk about how proud that makes you as a coach, knowing that one of the guys that you brought to this program is going to go on to do bigger and better things.
Oh, it's great. We're very excited for him. He's deserving of it, and we're hoping to get 3 or 4 more guys contracts. That's why we're here, is to help move guys on. And the more we move on, the easier it is for us to recruit in the off season to get more players to come here.
Why do you think that these games against Salem are some of the closest that you've played this season?
Salem plays good defense. They play good defense, they're physical, and they rebound well. Teams that rebound and play defense win, and that's why we always struggle with Salem. I think they're the best defensive team we've played so far this year.
This is the final week of the season. If you make it to the championship game, your last game in this building will be on Friday. So what's next as a coach?
Well, we got to take it one game at a time. We're only looking at tonight. We're not looking forward to Thursday or Friday yet. So we'll play tonight, and then we'll practice tomorrow, knowing that we got a game on Thursday, and we'll prep at that time. But tonight, we just need to take care of Salem.
But finally, a little bit of a break after the season is in store, I would say.
We got about 4 days off, and then some of our guys are going down to the Euro Combine camp in Vegas, so we'll spend a week down there. And we're taking about 9 guys from the IBL. 5 or 6 from our team are getting to go, and hopefully we can get them exposed.
Work continues on and off the court here in the Chinooks organization. That's head coach Trevor Kaiser here on the Coach's Chat. Portland meets Salem in the IBL regular season finale coming up next.
Portland Chinooks basketball is brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Joseph Moss, dedicated to being the right choice. Springwater Farms. We grow some of the best berries in the Pacific Northwest. Suntree Incorporated Real Estate. Let them be your licensed real estate broker. Mount Goes Buxton Meat Market with only the highest quality cuts. Clackamas River Racket Club, where you can do a lot. And Jaha Baseball. Get hooked on Portland Chinooks basketball.
We are Emmert International, a leader in building relocation and rigging. For nearly 50 years, we have been providing our clients with specialized transportation, heavy hauling, and structural relocation. Our crews and drivers are highly skilled, and we use the most modern equipment. Your cargo is transported safely and arrives intact.
Nobody moves land quite like Emmert International. 1-800-9-EMMERT or EmmertInternational.com.
Not every child has a safe and loving home, but every child deserves one. Every day in Oregon, there are approximately 7,000 kids in foster care, staying in the home of a caring foster parent while their families get the help they need. Discover how you can make a difference in the life of a foster child. Call the DHS Foster Care Adoption Line for more information. 1-800-331-0503. 1-800-331-0503. Brought to you by Boys and Girls Aid.
in here, but please don't take off your clothes. We've got IBL basketball, Portland and Salem tonight. It's another I-5 showdown. Looking at the numbers in this contest prior to the national anthem and the starting lineups, Portland averaging 126 points per ball game to the 118 of the Sabres. Portland shoots a little better from the field, 50% to 47%. The edge three-point-wise goes to the Sabres, 38 to 34%, and Portland, the better free throw shooting team, 65% to 60. Rebounds offensive about even, 17 per game. Portland wins the overall task 57 to 50. Here's Amanda McLean singing the national anthem. Thank you, Amanda, for the singing of our national anthem here from Eastmoreland, Portland, and Salem in the IBL. Coming up, a little bit more on the numbers in this contest. Portland averaging 32 assists per ball game. Salem around 22, and Portland steals the ball around 4 more times more than the Sabres, averaging around 11 per ball game. Starting lineups, time for them, brought to you by Emirates International. As the Chinooks will start at one guard, Greg Foster, 6'2", out of Saginaw Valley State. Foster for your Chinooks is making his 6th start of the season, not all with Portland, but he did play with the Lone Star Strikers earlier in the year. Greg Foster for your Chinooks is averaging 11 points and 4.5 assists. Also in the backcourt, Portland welcomes Jermaine Jordan, or check it, Dante Bryant, a 6'2" guard from San Francisco. Dante Bryant averaging 11 points and 4.5 assists. Jermaine Jordan, 6'6" forward from Dillard, averaging 22 points per contest and 10 rebounds. Jermaine Jordan is 8th in the IBL in scoring. Portland will start at one post. Jared Cunningham, 6'9" forward from Cleveland State, top scorer on this Chinooks team and 2nd in the IBL, 27 per ball game, 4 assists and 8 rebounds. That puts JC within the top 10 rebounds in the IBL. And Kevin Ford, after missing the start of the game on Thursday night against Nippon, will be back in the starting lineup tonight. Kevin Ford, 6'9", out of Oral Roberts, 4th in the IBL in rebounding at 12 per contest, 18 points per game. For Salem, at one guard is Corey Largent, 6'7", from Western Carolina. Jeff Dunn, playing his 3rd game only of the season tonight, 6'6", out of Corbin College in Salem. Also in the backcourt, Anthony Sanchez, 6'3", out of George Fox. At one post is Denzel Irves, 6'8", forward out of Xavier. And Joe Burton, 6'7", out of Oregon State in the middle. Burton, the top rebounder in the IBL. I believe that the Sabres are without their second leading scorer, Daniel Dean, tonight, averaging 18 points, 12 rebounds per contest. He has appeared in all 15 of the 18 games thus far for the Sabres and has started every single one of those, but Daniel Dean is either in street clothes or he's nowhere to be seen in the gym tonight and will not play. Kunishi Ito, a former member of the Nippon Tornadoes, now on this Salem Sabres roster. So we are just about set for basketball from Eastmoreland in the regular season finale. Portland's Kevin Ford will tip the ball up against Denzel Irves, and we're just about ready to play basketball here at Eastmoreland. It goes into the backcourt where Jared Cunningham gives chase against Corey Largent, and Salem will start the game with the basketball. Just underway. Glad to have you along on IBLTV.com and on Portland Chinooks Web Radio as Largent brings it up out of the backcourt across the half-court line. Now gives right, put the ball in the hands of number 4. Here's Denzel Irves on the right wing with a shot up and off. The rebound taken underneath. And it's still Salem basketball as they get an offensive possession. One of the things we heard Coach Kaiser talk about in the pregame. Joe Burton with a hook down the lane. And the first basket goes to the Sabres. 2-0 in the opening minute. Foster between the rings for the Chinooks. Give it to Jordan, who has trimmed the hair. From the right elbow, he forces it inside to Ford. Bobbled the pass, got it back, now finds Foster coming down the lane, uses glass, and the game tied at 2. Jermaine Jordan, who's been wearing the Dr. J hairstyle for the entire month of June, now the calendar turns and he shaves it off. Burton another basket inside as he's the go-to guy early for the Sabres. 4-2 our score, visiting Salem with the lead. Here's Jordan with it, bounce it to Ford in the middle, go down inside and score it. Kevin Ford, too powerful inside. He has his first basket. And we're tied at 4. Passing up a shot in the corner is Salem. Now it goes to Burton. He threw it out top looking for a teammate. And that's a steal. Tracked down by Portland's Greg Foster, and he'll lob it up for Bryant, who missed the lay-in, but tracks it down. Portland had numbers, couldn't capitalize. Now Cunningham in the far corner, 4-3. Rims off, a rebound came to Largent, ran into his own player as Burton, and he collided. All the way inside. Finishing is the player not on the roster tonight, number 4 for Salem. And we checked the numbers right before the tip-off, so we'll have to get that squared away at the first time out here. Portland comes up empty, Dunn into the lane, spins around at the free throw line. Now hooks it inside to Irves. It's tipped from behind by Jordan, but picked up by Burton. Throws to Dunn underneath for the reverse lay-in. We are seeing a different Salem team here to start this ball game as they come out with an 8-4 advantage. Kevin Ford loses the dribble in the lane. It's picked up. Burton, he'll run the fast break. Now hook it over far side to Dunn. Jeff out beyond the arc. Played by Kevin Ford. Drive to the baseline, put it up and in. Second make tonight for Dunn on a driving layup, and Salem leads 10-4. It's a 6-0 Salem spurt. Portland looks for the lob inside to Ford. Jared Cunningham threw it in there, and Salem took it away. Another Portland turnover. We also heard Kaiser talk about that in the pregame show. Another basket inside. I believe that is... Well, I won't say who I believe that is because it could turn out to be wrong. Number 4 with his second basket tonight for the Sabres. If you're a fan, tweet me at Chinooks Radio and tell me who the heck that is playing for your team right now. Here's Cunningham, gets a floater up in the lane to fall. Cunningham is in the scorebook as he came down the middle of the lane and put it up and in. Now we've got a whistle down the other way. It's going to be a Portland foul. I believe they whistled that one on Kevin Ford. Nonetheless, first team foul on Portland. 4 minutes gone from Eastmoreland. It's 12-6 Salem. Top of the lane, Burton feeling lucky as he fades away. His foot was on the line, wouldn't have been a 3. Long pass up ahead to Ford, Young puts it in with authority. Ford was able to make a move in the lane and give the crowd a show. Ford with half of Portland's 8. The lead is 4. Burton left of the lane against Kafo. Looks inside, instead he goes to Largent right of the lane. Largent on a switch. Elected not to go to Burton. Instead, Irvs with a 3 on the right wing. It's off. I think Salem's only second miss of the evening tonight as Jordan goes inside, floated up with the right hand off, and the rebound to Corey Largent. Largent up past half court. Now he gets twisted around, finds Dunn for a 35-footer, backboard only. Portland rebound. Another lob for Ford. They have got to get up on him, I'm sure. Coach Willie Freeman will have that as a point of emphasis in the first timeout of this one as Kevin Ford's gotten out for a breakaway. His teammates lob it up to him, and he jams it. Portland within 2, 12-10, after coming back on a 6-0 run of their own. Irvs trying to put a move on Cunningham inside, turned around, missed the shot just outside the lane. Bryant up ahead past half court. Now go to Jordan. A screen set by Cunningham, but Jermaine missed it at the basket. Salem the rebound. Largent fights through traffic. Now it comes to Dunn, near corner for a 3. It's off. Tipped out of there by Portland's Dante Bryant to the Sabres, and then Dunn goes back door, and he is just all over the place, and in a good way. If you're a Sabres fan, that is. 6 for Dunn, 6 of the 14. As we played nearly halfway of the period here. 14-10. Salem by 4. Step back 3 for Cunningham is off. Rebound comes to Largent. Corey puts the gas pedal to the floor as he brings it up. Met by Kevin Ford. Shoots a 3 and makes it. Not the best defensive assignment for Portland, but Largent took advantage of it. Salem, their largest lead now at 17-10. Here's a way back 3 for Portland off, and they just may need timeout. There's the whistle. We'll head to timeout with 5:29 to play in the first. Portland finds themselves down 7 after the first 6.5 minutes.
Threw it off the backboard. He lobbed it to himself and threw it down. A la NBA dunk contest. Kevin Ford with a boom.
Get hooked on Portland Chinooks basketball.
Steps back out beyond the arc. He's heating up. Mike Hart is feeling it with another money shot.
Mike into the front court to Cunningham, near corner 3. He's on fire. Here's Cunningham to Jordan for the boom. David Lucas, top of the lane, puts a 3 in. Portland rebound up ahead to Kevin Ford. He's going to go up with authority. Now back to Hart, seeing time wind down. Puts up a 3 and hits it. Portland a steal. Cunningham tipped it. Shep threw it ahead, and Cunningham dunked. Cunningham will pull up for 3 and show him how to do it.
Portland Chinooks basketball. Get hooked.
If you're in business, these economic times can really make you pause and think. But what about positioning for the future? That's right. Even recessions have opportunities. Take hiring. Today, it's an employer's market and the talent is through the roof. But how do you find them? Well, smart businesses use iMatch Skills. It's the best online recruiting tool out there, and there's no charge. iMatch Skills has saved thousands of employers time and money. So prepare for the future and go to imatchskills.org or call 877-517-JOBS for assistance from your WorkSource Center.
Mike Hart in for Portland, 6'7" guard out of Gonzaga, headed overseas to Germany to play basketball after his IBL season is over. Also David Lucas, 6'8" forward out of Oregon State, in for Portland. Staying out there, Foster, Jordan, and Cunningham. Salem ball by 7, their largest lead of the ball game. Behind the back pass, Burton found his mystery teammate. And out off of Portland. Jersey number 4 not accounted for tonight by the Sabres. Hart on the right wing for the Chinooks. Puts the dribble to the floor, and then inside it comes to Cunningham off a touch pass, top of the lane from Lucas. Those guys are a well-oiled machine. The pass and score connection. Speaking of well-oiled, Joe Burton with his third basket of the opening period. 19-12, Salem by 7. Foster to Hart, back to Foster, top of the lane. Looked for Jordan on the left wing. Had Cunningham inside instead. Cunningham cuts into the near corner. Jordan drives and then passes back out to Cunningham, who nails the three. 7 for Cunningham, 7 of Portland's 15. The lead cut to 4 until Dunn able to put one up and in. Jeff Dunn, a 40% distance shooter. Portland basketball, first look for Lucas if he takes it. Bypasses the defense and then puts it up off the back rim and off. Clean up, though. Jordan put it back up and in. First basket for Jermaine. Portland within 5 at 22-17. 350 rather, for the first. Dunn looks for Burton. Bounce it to Joe. His back against Lucas. Now top of the lane, Wyatt Graziano in. Rolls that one off the top of the basket. Portland rebound. Hart penetrates, kick out, creating space for Lucas. That three is off. Foster nearly beat Burton to the rebound. They collided and Joe pulled it away. Largen down the far sideline. The end of the corner. Passing up, that look at three. As Mike Hart tipped it out, it'll still remain Salem Sabre basketball. Substitution for the Sabres, Mike Taylor, 6'5" guard. Last played for the Harlem Globetrotters for Jeff Dunn. Steve Shep in for Portland, 6'2" guard from Fresno. Cunningham sits, Ford's back in, and Portland will give a breather to David Lucas, it looks like. Nope, Lucas is still in there, and he draws the foul on Burton, or Burton draws the foul on Lucas, I should say. It was Cunningham and Foster who sat. Burton puts the free throw up and in. Burton was 7 in the opening period. 63% foul shooter. Salem as a team, 59%. Here's the shot up and in as Burton makes it. And the lead is back to 7. Cunningham, check it, Lucas, as the lights nearly went out here inside of Eastmoreland. They turned the wrong switches off, but David Lucas, not much of a distraction to him, and able to put in his first make tonight. So 24-19, Chinooks back within 5. Hart gets up on the shooter on the right wing, Graziano, working around to Largent. That three is up and in. Largent hits his second tonight. Portland goes to stuff it at the other end. Ford is fouled hard. Largent, a 39% three-point shooter. He's hit 2 tonight, and then he picks up the foul down at the other end, sends Kevin Ford to the line. His free throw shooting woes have been well documented. 48% on this season. That free throw is up off the front of the rim. At halftime, we hope to talk with Chinooks owner and founder of Emmert International, Terry Emmert, but we'll also squeeze in some time to take you around the International Basketball League. Ford goes 0 of 2, and Salem the rebound up 8, now their largest at 27-19. Here's a three by Taylor. That's off. Portland the rebound, trying to make up ground still. I don't know that they've had a 19-point quarter. Just over 2.5 to play is going through the lane. Jordan handed off to Lucas. Great pass as he found Hart at the rim. Who says David Lucas can't pass the basketball? It's usually Hart finding guys underneath, but that time Lucas rewards Michael for his play as a Chinook. Hart making his 13th appearance tonight for Portland. Right elbow jumper for Largent is off. Portland goes for the rebound, and Salem was last to touch. It certainly appeared that it was off Ford, but we won't argue. A call that goes in our favor. Denzel Irvs is back in for the Sabres as Joe Burton gets a breather inside of 2 minutes for the first period. Portland trails the Sabres 27-21. Chinooks basketball brought to you by Taylor Group Realty and by Springwater Farms. Left wing comes to Jordan. Hooked it into Ford, rolled off his fingertips, but Hart tracks it down. Shot clock at 7. Mike top of the lane. Hands it to Lucas. 4-3. Hits the side of the rim. No. Rebound by Jordan. Thinks about it. Then brings it down. Goes up. And his shot blocked out of bounds by Irv. Still remain Portland basketball as they got the new 22 off that missed opportunity. 18 seconds on the inbound. 1:29 for the first. Lob it into Ford, who jumps to grab that one against the defensive Graziano. Portland basketball with 13 now. Jermaine Jordan looks inside for Ford. Put it on the floor to KFO. Now reaching in is Taylor. Kevin on the ground. Calls for timeout. Would have been a jump ball. Portland going to use a 20-second break in the action as Kevin Ford didn't want to give up possession. Portland still trying to make up ground here. Down 6, 27-21. 75 seconds before the horn. Taylor Group Realty experience, teamwork, motivation, and integrity are their cornerstones. They're a team of real estate professionals in Portland who are committed to you. The Taylor Group takes pride in their customer service. Call 971-259-8471 or find them at taylorgrouprealty.com. And we also want to thank Jaha Baseball for their involvement in Portland Chinooks basketball. IBL playoffs kick off here in a play-in game between Salem and Nippon, the Tornadoes from Japan. That game on Wednesday night at 7. And then Portland will take on Vancouver at 2:30 in the afternoon on the 4th of July here at Eastmoreland. The 5 o'clock game is Bellingham versus the winner of the play-in game. And then the championship game, the winners of the Thursday matinees will meet on Friday evening in a primetime game at 7 o'clock here at Eastmoreland. So if you've shot off the fireworks and you couldn't join us on Thursday, you spend the day with the family, bring them all out to a great event on Friday evening as the Chinooks compete for an IBL championship. It should be much cooler in here. Shep from Hart tees up a 3. It's off. The rebound, Salem. Irvs drives. Cut off right at the left elbow as he went through 2 defenders. David Lucas, the one whistled for the foul. 13 foul on the Chinooks here in the first. Inbound far sideline in front of the Chinooks bench by Salem. Inside a minute, 9 on the shot clock for Salem. Ball goes to Taylor right of the lane. Now it's winding down with a second left. Taylor forces one up, hit backboard and the front of the rim. Jordan into the front court, finds Shep. Now top of the lane, Hart. He'll return it to Jordan in the lane. Got too fancy with it. Trying to find Lucas. It's a steal. But then Mike Hart running the ball down in the front court. Boy, those scouts loving the effort of Mike Hart here. David Lucas off a give and go inside. It is his second field goal. There's a reason Mike Hart's going to take his skills overseas because he flat out brings it. 25 for the first as Largent tees up a 3. It's off right wing. But the Chinooks give up another offensive rebound inside, and that time they can't score again. Number 4 missing that one. Ford drives inside, give it to Jordan, and he puts it up and in. Portland has nearly come all the way back, down by 2 now at 27-25. 5 seconds left. A steal as Jermaine Jordan got it at half court. Realized time was winding down, turned his body around, and just lofted it half court underhand, trying to draw a foul. It would have been the most genius play I'd seen with time winding down, but no foul whistle, ruled clean contact. We've played 12 minutes from Eastmoreland courts. Portland has nearly come all the way back from a deficit of 8. Right now, they're down by 2. Salem leads 27-25 after the first period.
Experience the thrill and excitement of fast-paced International Basketball League action and your Portland Chinooks. The spectacular plays, buzzer beaters, and game winners make for great family fun. Our home is at Eastmoreland Courts near McLaughlin and Johnson Creek Boulevard. The Portland Chinooks are sponsored by Emirates International. Get your tickets at IBL.com and support professional basketball in the Rose City.
Emmert International is a building relocating and rigging company based in Portland, Oregon. Since 1964, we've provided a variety of rigging, hauling, and structure relocating services. We offer specialized transport, heavy lifts, logistics, and more. With our fleet of modern equipment, we're able to give you the reliable service you need.
Put Emmert International to work for you. EmmertInternational.com or 1-800-9-EMMERT.
Hands can do incredible things. This is the sound of two hands helping to save a life. It's called hands-only CPR, and it's recommended by the American Heart Association. If an adult suddenly collapses, call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of their chest until help arrives. Hands can do incredible things, but nothing compares to using them to help save a life. For more information on this latest method of CPR, visit handsonlycpr.org today. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Hart, Shep, Steinke, Ford, and Cunningham. That's the lineup for Portland to begin the second as they close the first on a 6-0 run to get within 2 of the Sabres at 27-25. Steinke with the ball puts up a 3 for the Portland lead. It's off. Rebound tipped by Ford and taken by the Sabres. Portland 48%, Salem 48% in the first period. Chinooks, they'll make one more shot than the Sabres, but Salem hits 2 more threes than Portland. Down the lane is Mike Taylor. He got off balance. He was fouled, though. No foul whistle. Check that as it's a Salem inbound right of the basket. Anthony Sanchez wearing number 4 tonight instead of number 30. Hopefully they change that in the book, because otherwise that's a technical. Portland takes it. Here's Ford. He can't finish, though. Too hard off the backboard. Long pass up ahead to Largent. He'll give to Taylor on the right wing. Mike into the lane. Back out on top for a Corey. 3 is in. Largent, his 3rd triple of the half. Salem back on top 5 at 30-25. Shep, top of the lane. Looks to Ford. Kevin spins one way, turns the other way, and draws a foul. Kevin Ford probably thought he was harassed. And the foul whistled on Denzel Irves, his first team foul of the second. Portland led in the first period by Jared Cunningham's 7 points, 6 from Kevin Ford, who's at the line after missing his 2 previous foul attempts. Salem's leading scorer is Jeff Dunn with 9. Joe Burton has 8. Largent now the leading scorer with 9 after hitting a 3 to start the period. Rebounds favor the Chinooks, 14-12, and Coach Kaiser would be happy. Even on the offensive end, 5-3. Portland with 4 turnovers, and Salem with 5. Kevin Ford able to get 1 out of 2 from the line. 30-26 as Portland in a low-scoring matchup here at home. Taylor top of the lane against Hart. Mike up on him like a glove. Looked for Burton. Was hoping that contact would be ruled or that it went off somebody else, but Taylor watches it go out off of him. Portland basketball. 90 seconds into the second. Steinke bounces it to Cunningham. Jared backs it out nearly at the 3-point line as he turns around. Missed that attempt. Kept alive, though, by Dante Bryant. Now Ford, he goes to work against Burton and powers his way inside. Ford is 4 of 5 from the field and has 9 points. Taylor spins one up and in at the other way for the Sabres, so they maintain their 4-point lead here at 32-28. Into the lane goes Dante Bryant, handed off to Steinke, ran into a brick wall. Gets rid of it to Hart. Shot clock at 5 as Bryant drives to Steinke. Got to force one up. Was off balance, hit the front of the rim. Up ahead, Taylor on the wing to Largent. Left side, that 3 is off. Curry started the ball game 3 of 4 from downtown. Portland to get within a free throw. Cunningham, dial it up. Cunningham second. Now in double figures with 10. Portland trails 32-31 only. Dunn with a screen by Irves. Go around it right into the lane. Tuck the ball inside and then had it poked away by Hart and stolen. Steinke to run. Give and go with 4. That's a powerful monster dunk from Bryant. Kevin Ford has had some of the sickest dunks I've seen, including a couple of weeks ago when he lobbed it to himself off the backboard. Taylor go around Bryant, and then Dante back up on him defensively. Shot clock at 8. Taylor into the corner to Dunn. Caught Hart in the air. Mike careful not to foul. Dunn puts up the 3. It's off. Tipped out of there by Sabres. Taken by Portland. Behind the back from Bryant to Cunningham. Now he'll slow it and wait for teammates. 3 gone here in the second period as Hart capitalizes inside for Portland. Floating one up and in. Hart showing around his all-around effort, scoring and defending. Portland takes the lead, 35-32. Off of Salem's Joe Burton, out of bounds. Back in, or checking into the ball game for the Sabres, is Sergio Rosario, a 6'5" forward from Santiago. Portland again taking the lead early here in the second over Salem, who led the entire first period. Hart penetrates, draws traffic, kick out on the wing right side to Bryant. That 3 ball off. Taylor into the front court against 2 Chinooks. Put it up and off. Rebound Bryant. 7:30 for the period as he goes coast to coast, but didn't have enough on that one. At the other end, sending Mike Hart to the floor. They say that is a blocking foul and count the basket as Mike Hart mowed down by Mike Taylor. Foul whistled as the first of the game on Hart, and the team's first here in the second. Burton will sit. Hart will sit. Jordan back in for Portland. Well, Burton wasn't actually sitting. He was just giving a high five to one of his teammates, so he will stay in there. Now we've got some perspiration needing to be wiped up in the lane before Mike Taylor can step to the line to complete a 3-point play. That is off, so make it still 35-34 inside 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Tipped off the rim off a miss by Cunningham. Now he'll find Steinke on the wing left side for a 3. You betcha. Justin Steinke with a triple for Portland, a 47% distance shooter. Knocks that one in. Portland a 38-34 advantage. Surprisingly, their largest. Ball goes over the half-court line as the Chinooks tip it away from the Sabres, and it will be Portland basketball with 7:11 to play here in the first half. Need a court for your next event? Well, book Eastmoreland Courts, home of your Portland Chinooks. Basketball, volleyball, tennis, and more. Plus a workout center, banquet room. They've even got a pool. I could use a dip in that tonight. Eastmoreland Courts has it all in Southeast Portland, 503-653-0820. Lucas down the lane and off. Portland 38, Salem 34. IBL regular season finale here tonight from Portland. All the games from here on out in the City of Roses. Burton fell down in the lane. Jermaine Jordan covering him, and hard spill right underneath the Salem basket. Jordan quick to say he's sorry. Second personal foul, second team foul here in the second, and Joe Burton will head to the line, the former Oregon State Beaver. 63% accurate from the charity stripe as he steps there and put that one off. Substitution for the Sabres, Sanchez to replace Largent. That free throw will go in for Burton. Burton with 9, Portland by 3. 6.5 to play for the first half. Bryant cut off baseline, give it to Cunningham, force up a long jumper, miss it, but gets it back as his teammate's offensive rebound. That one also a miss as Cunningham goes 0 of 2 in the near corner. Taylor into the front court, into the lane, now dishes back out to Dunn, who was open for an angle 3 instead, takes it himself inside and scores it off the glass. Dunn 5 of 7 from the field, 11 points here in this one, and Salem within 1 at 38-37. Lucas says, if you're going to give me that much space, I must shoot the 3, top of the lane, but he missed it. Cunningham nearly came up with a steal against Sanchez. Then forcing one is Steinke. Here's a shake and bake move for Cunningham. I was going to say a showboat move for Cunningham, but he didn't give the crowd any sort of a show, just calmly trotted in and laid it up off the backboard. Certainly, I was hoping JC did more than that. After Sanchez tried to keep it, tipped it away from a player in front of him, but back to the trailing Cunningham. Burton baseline, throw it away for JC. Will he do something fancy here? He'll dunk it. Timeout Salem after Cunningham scores back-to-back-to-back. 14 for JC, and the Sabres need time. Portland leads by 5. 42-37, 5:16 to play here in the first half, and we'll be right back.
Portland Chinooks basketball is brought to you by Emmert International. Nobody moves land quite like Emmert. Taylor Group Realty, delivering experience, teamwork, motivation, and integrity. Higgins Signs, their business is built on your image. First American Title Company of Oregon, they're focused on you. And Eastmoreland Courts, home of your Portland Chinooks. Portland Chinooks basketball. Get hooked.
This morning, amidst growing tension between factions, the North Bank was unexpectedly besieged by kittens. We go live to the scene.
There were kittens everywhere. My daughter, she tried to run, but it was no use. They were too cute.
No group is officially claiming responsibility for the action, but the Prime Minister is wasting no time declaring peace on all neighboring nations.
We pledge to step up our country's production of scratching posts, the catnip, and the squeaking plastic mice.
Meanwhile, in the U.S., Republicans and Democrats unanimously passed the Fetch Act, making Texas the largest dog park in the world. You have been listening to Global News Hour. This is Susanna Insterval wishing you a good evening.
Pets make the world a better place. End petlessness at the Oregon Humane Society.
Yes, Daniel Dean, the second leading scorer and rebounder for the Sabres team, is here in street clothes on the bench. Not sure why he's not playing, but he started every game he appeared in this season so far, and this one might be a different game. Portland, who started slow, leads by 5 now. Terrence Glenn will spot up for a jumper just inside the top of the lane, and miss. Portland has Foster, Jordan, Lucas, Bryant, and Hart. Pulling up top of the lane is Jordan. That a three-point basket that's off, and the rebound, Sanchez. Into the front court, and then off fingertips out of bounds, looking for Glenn in the corner. Largent going to return to improve their guard play and sit Mike Taylor, who Coach Willie Freeman apparently thinks is not getting it done right now. It was a quick breather for Largent. 4:45 to play in the second. Portland by 5 at 42-37. Dante Bryant with it between the rings. Now goes to the foul line where Jordan works himself inside. It was tipped. They count the basket, and he's fouled. Joe Burton got to question that one to no avail. Jordan now with 6. Burton picks up his first and second team foul. Jordan pops that one up off the back rim. 74% accurate on the season. Here's the free throw, up and off. Portland still by 5. Largent between the rings. Largent move left of the lane. Now pull up for a 3 with Mike Hart on him, and he nailed it. Largent showing off his skills, his 4-3 tonight, all 12 points from beyond the line. 42-40, Sabres within 2. Lucas spin in the lane. Ooh, that one was going to fall, but he tipped it up. And then Portland with another effort by Jordan. I think Portland would have had that. Fading Dunn, that one spun out, a right wing 3, nearly stayed down. Would have given Salem the lead back. Hart drives. Goes to Bryant in the lane. It was tipped, so he gets his dribble back. Fans maybe thought he double dribbled, but it was tipped. Into the lane with 3 goes Jordan, floats one up high and in. Jordan with 8. Portland by 4, 44-40. Just over 5 minutes to play. Check it, just over 3 minutes to play here before halftime. Ball goes to Burton at the foul line, tied up. Now gets rid of it to Sanchez in the corner. Now to Largent for a 3-point basket. That's off. 3 minutes remain before halftime. Into the lane goes Lucas. Had his ball stripped from him in the lane and taken away. Now a 3-on-2 break. Sanchez find Dunn. Left wing 3 is off. Sanchez an offensive rebound. Puts up an air ball just outside the lane, but Dunn cleans up underneath with a reverse putback. Dunn with 13. And Salem back within a deuce at 44-42. 2.5 to play before the break. Foster, top of the lane. Lob it over to Hart. Into the lane he goes. It's deflected. Picked up by Jordan underneath. First attempt, no. Got it back. Put it up over Burton and airballed it. Still remains Portland basketball off of Salem. Kevin Ford back for David Lucas. Jared Cunningham in as well. Dante Bryant to sit. Wyatt Graziano, Denzel Irves back in for Salem. Jeff Dunn sits along with Terrence Glenn. Portland inbound from Hart, finds Foster near corner. Foster against Graziano. Gray goes into the lane, catches Wyatt in the air, doesn't shoot the free throw jumper, instead brings it out beyond the arc to Cunningham. Now to Hart down the lane, up with the right hand. With time winding down, right down Main Street went Hart. Hart with 6, off the bench tonight he came. Sanchez from Graziano, bobbled the pass, Portland picks it up. That's Jermaine Jordan, hooks it ahead. Now Portland has numbers 3-on-2. Here's Ford from Foster, behind the back to Gregg. Now his shot is blocked by Irves. Denzel to take it coast to coast. Now give it to Largent on the right wing. Inside using Glass, score it. First basket that wasn't a triple tonight for Corey Largent. He's got 14 to lead everybody. Him and Cunningham both with 14. Closing in on 75 seconds for the half. Portland by 2 at 46-44. Long 3 by Cunningham is off, and the rebound way too far off the rim on the rebound for his teammates to grab. So Salem ball with 1:03 before the break. Largent passed half court. Largent just simply lost it in front of the Portland bench. No pressure whatsoever off of his hand, out of bounds. Portland with 54 seconds for the period. Gives it to Ford again. That was Hart to Cafo for the dunk. 13 for Kevin, 7 in the period. 48-44 Chinooks. Top of the lane goes Sanchez. Ford fell down in front of the Portland bench. Burton missed it underneath. Rebounded by Irves. He'll force it up and off. Foul whistled on Portland. Foul is whistled on Portland. And not sure who whistled for that foul, but Denzel Irv's at the line to put the free throw up and off. Irv's an 83% foul shooter. Puts that one up and off the back rim. Dunn hanging out near the rim to tip it. It's off. Final 30 seconds for the half. As Portland inside, Bryant, no check it, Foster has it tipped off of his hands and out of bounds. Chinooks basketball still with 17 on the shot clock. My halftime guess will be Terry Emmert. Long three for Hart. That's off, and Salem has a chance to close out the first half here. They've been up by as much as 8. Portland by as much as 5 here. Largent throw it inside to Burton. Tipped out of there by Ford. Burton in a scramble in front of the Portland bench. Tips it to his guard. Now Largent with 5. Give it to Dunn. No, check it. Graziano for a 3 in the corner, and Wyatt knocks down his first look tonight. That makes it a 1-point game. 2 seconds left. Here's Cunningham for 3 to end the half. They do rule it a 3 right in front of the Salem bench as Jared Cunningham gives the crowd a show before they go to the concession stands. After one half of play from Portland, it's the Chinooks 51 and the Sabres 47.
Threw it off the backboard, he lobbed it to himself and threw it down. A la NBA dunk contest, Kevin Ford with a boom.
Get hooked on Portland Chinooks basketball.
Steps back out beyond the arc, he's heating up. Mike Hart is feeling it with another money shot. Mike into the front court to Cunningham, near corner 3. He's on fire. Here's Cunningham to Jordan for the boom. David Lucas, top of the lane, puts a 3 in. Portland rebound up ahead to Kevin Ford. He's going to go up with authority. Now back to Hart, seeing time wind down. Puts up a 3 and hits it. Portland a steal. Cunningham tipped it. Shep threw it ahead, and Cunningham dunked. Cunningham will pull up for 3 and show him how to do it.
Portland Chinooks basketball. Get hooked.
Whoa, a digital music player. Thanks, Mom.
Glad you like it. We can finally toss out that old massive stereo.
Mom, you can't just throw out electronics. They need to be recycled or donated.
Recycled? Like aluminum cans?
Yeah, you just go to greenergadgets.org, enter your zip code, and it tells you where the nearest certified recycling center is.
I knew that.
Okay, Mom.
Recycling electronics is as easy as buying them. Log on to greenergadgets.org to find electronics recycling options near you.
One half of basketball is in the book, and Portland leads by 4, 51-47 over the Sabres of Salem. Portland fell down 12-4 early in the game before clawing their way back to within 12-10 on a 6-0 run. Salem, though, pushed it back to 7 at 17-10 as we headed to our first time out 6.5 minutes in. Salem took their largest lead of 8 at 27-19 before the Chinooks respond on a 6-0 run to get within 27-25. Portland took the lead at 33-32, added to it to make it 35-32 on a 4-0 spurt. Then Taylor responds for Salem with a 3-point play opportunity, but he missed the free throw, so it remained 35-34. Portland with 7:45 left before halftime. Chinooks get their largest lead right before halftime of 5 at 42-37 as we headed to timeout with about 5 minutes remaining before the break. As it is right now, Portland 51 and Salem 47. I'm joined right now by the owner of the Portland Chinooks. Here's Terry Emmert. Terry, how's business?
It's good. Everything's fine.
Now you've got this big move with Emmert. We'll get to that here in just a moment. But we've got exciting times here, not only for the Chinooks, but also for IBL basketball. This isn't the first time that the IBL playoffs have been in Portland, but it is the first time that the Chinooks are hosting here at Eastmoreland. How about it?
Yeah, it's the first time, actually, the playoffs have been in Portland, and the Chinooks are the host for the IBL championship.
What does it mean to you to be recognized by the IBL that your venue here, Eastmoreland Courts, draws the attention to have all these games coming up this weekend?
Well, we're pretty proud of it. It's a new facility, and we have 7 courts installed here at the Eastmoreland facility, and a nice featured court with the Chinooks home field.
Now, talk about the improvements that you've made here. This used to be a strictly racquetball facility. Is that correct?
Yeah, they basically, it was a tennis facility. They had some basketball, and we've changed the inside to be primarily all basketball and also volleyball. And we just added 6 outside sand volleyball courts.
Did I see you out there before the game tonight hitting the ball over the net? Was that you?
No.
Terry, besides the Chinooks, I know you've got a lot more on your plate. Tell us what's happening with Emert, and you've got this big magnet that you're moving halfway across the country.
Yeah, we're moving the magnet. We loaded it out of Brookhaven, New York, and we headed down the ocean, and we had to pull in to port as there was rough seas. And we have to keep this magnet within less than 1/32 of an inch of deflection in 55 feet. And the move, we started moving it 2 weeks ago on a Saturday morning, and the move went perfect. And then we had to load it out onto a barge and then lash it to the barge and make way for our voyage to head down to the Gulf and then come up the inland waterway.
Are you still on target for your 4-week goal to get that completed?
Well, everything went fine except with the weather, and on the weather is we have to do whatever it is to protect the load we're transporting, as this is a high-profile scientific project.
But this is just everyday business for Emert. This is what you guys do. You are the heavy hauler that America relies on.
Yeah, well, we have jobs now all the way from we're working in Alaska and a lot of work in Texas, California, Arizona, back in New York, and we have stuff coming up that we'll be transporting this up to Chicago and making our way about 27 miles overland, closing whatever expressways and toll roads so that we can transport this to the Fermi Lab facility.
I feel like I'm a jinx every time I ask this, but is your Mazatlan basketball team still undefeated, Terry?
They are. I talked to our manager down there, and they are 7-0. And so I just want to send to our guys in Mazatlan, great job, keep it up. The Chinooks have a run of 10 in a row wins, and our Mazatlan team is doing great. And Jerry is our manager down at the Hacienda Blue Bay, which we have a hotel down there in Mazatlan. And he takes care of making sure that's coordinated, and everything is working fine down there. And we've received a lot of calls that are listening to the broadcast and so forth, and you're doing a great job, Jeremy.
They say good things or bad things?
Absolutely great. Absolutely great, Jeremy.
Thank you so much, Terry. Any final shout-outs, anything on your mind before we let you go here at halftime?
Well, no, I just think that we're very proud of this team, and this team has played together as a team. And, Sabres have got a very good team, and they're playing very hard. And the Chinooks are doing the same, and we're looking just to take it to them all the way.
That's Terry Emert, owner of your Portland Chinooks with Emert International. It's halftime, Portland by 4, 51-47. We'll come back with a look at the numbers and around the IBL after this.
Portland Chinooks basketball is brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Joseph Moss, dedicated to being the right choice. Springwater Farms. We grow some of the best berries in the Pacific Northwest. Suntree Incorporated Real Estate. Let them be your licensed real estate broker. Malco's Buxton Meat Market with only the highest quality cuts. Clackamas River Racket Club, where you can do a lot. And Jaha Baseball. Get hooked on Portland Chinooks basketball.
We are Emert International, a leader in building relocation and rigging. For nearly 50 years, we have been providing our clients with specialized transportation, heavy hauling, and structural relocation. Our crews and drivers are highly skilled, and we use the most modern equipment. Your cargo is transported safely and arrives intact.
Nobody moves land quite like Emert International. 1-800-9-EMERT or EmertInternational.com. Experience the thrill and excitement of fast-paced international basketball league action and your Portland Chinooks. The spectacular plays, buzzer beaters, and game winners make for great family fun. Our home is at Eastmoreland Courts near McLaughlin and Johnson Creek Boulevard. The Portland Chinooks are sponsored by Emert International. Get your tickets at IBL.com and support professional basketball in the Rose City.
Portland 51, Salem 47 at halftime. Thank you to Terry Emert, owner of the Chinooks. Of Of course, Chinooks basketball is brought to you by Emert International. There's really nothing that Emert can't move. We're telling the stories here on the air and also on PortlandChinooks.com. Nobody moves land quite like Emert, specializing in heavy haul transportation and rigging services from Clackamas all around the world. There's nothing that Emert can't move. EmertInternational.com or 1-800-9-EMERT. Portland in the first half shoots 41%, Salem at 45%. Rebounds even at 30. Portland, though, the advantage on the offensive boards, where Coach Trevor Kaiser said in our coaches chat they needed to step it up. And 12 offensive rebounds to 7 of Salem, as they accomplished that in the first half. Still 24 minutes at least to be played here in this one. 14 turnovers that the Chinooks forced in that first half. They committed just 4 of their own. That led to 14 Portland points and 6 for the Sabres. Portland with 3 block shots, Salem with 2. Portland stole the ball 14 times, so all 14 turnovers were Portland stealing the ball, not just Salem giving it to Portland. And the Chinooks blocked 3 shots to 2 of Salem. Portland with 23 assists on as many made baskets. Salem with 12 assists on 19 made field goals. Salem had their largest lead at 12-8, and again at 27-19. Portland, their largest lead at 5:42-37. It's 4 now at halftime. Had a lead change and 2 ties in that first 24 minutes. Individually, Portland led by Jared Cunningham's 17 points. Portland gets 13 from Kevin Ford, 6 apiece from Mike Hart and Jermaine Jordan. Hitting for 4, David Lucas. For 3, Justin Steinke and Greg Foster with 2. Salem led by the 14 points of Corey Largent, 4 of 6 shooting from downtown. Jeff Dunn hit for 13. He was 6 of 11 from the field, but only 1 of 6 from downtown. Joe Burton with 9, 4 apiece for Anthony Sanchez and Mike Taylor. Wyatt Graziano with 3. Portland's leading rebounder was Jermaine Jordan with 8. And he also led the way in assists and in steals with 6 and 4. For Salem, their leading rebounder was Joe Burton with 7. Corey Largent led the team with 5 assists, and Burton with 3 steals, also with the lead in that category. Portland 51 and Salem 47 at halftime. Couple of more minutes before we begin the second 24. Let's take you around the International Basketball League right now. Bellingham in the Continental Conference has closed out their regular season schedule. Now, they played 18 games. Everybody else in the Continental Conference plays 19. Just some scheduling situations that didn't work out. They could have added a game against Olympia and made it an even 19, but we're not in the scheduling department. So Bellingham with a 16-2 mark to close the regular season. They've got a 1.5 game lead over Vancouver, who cannot catch them. Of course, Vancouver's season is done. They finish at 15-4, at least in the regular season. Portland meets them on Thursday afternoon at 2:30 right here in a July 4th matinee in round 1 of the IBL playoffs. So Vancouver at 15-4. Portland can get within a game of them in the standings, in the final standings. They can get 14 wins on this season, which would complete a run for Portland of 11 games to end the regular season. It would be the best winning streak in the IBL this season, the longest winning streak. Bellingham had 110 before Portland beat them back on June the 11th. So the Chinooks at 13-5, going for victory number 14 tonight. Salem is 4 games back of Portland at 9-9. And Japan Nippon may play just one more game on Wednesday night unless they knock off Salem. Then they would face Bellingham on Thursday. Nippon 15.5 games back of first place Bellingham. Your IBL player of the week is Blake Poole of the Bellingham Slam, as he averaged 27 points and 16 rebounds in 2 weekend games to earn that honor. IBL playoff schedule is like this. Wednesday, July 3rd, Salem against Nippon at 7 o'clock here at Eastmoreland. So Salem could have to be here 3 times in 4 nights if they win that Wednesday game. Otherwise, their season is done. Vancouver and Portland meet at 2:30 in a matinee on July the 4th. And then Bellingham takes on the winner of Salem or Nippon. So you're actually going to get double the action, double the fun on the 4th of July if you're here with us early in the afternoon. That game will get over around 7 o'clock, and you'll still have plenty of time to get home or get to a fireworks show on Thursday evening. And then the winner of the Vancouver versus Portland or Bellingham versus Nippon or Salem will meet on Friday, July 5th, and that game at 7 o'clock here at Eastmoreland. You can go to IBL.com to get tickets. You can also find information on Portland Chinooks page at IBL.com. Very reasonable prices for those ball games. Coming up on Thursday, we will take a look at the history of the IBL playoffs. Now, Terry may not actually know this, but the IBL playoffs were here in Portland, and we tried to point this out during our interview, but the games a couple of years ago were played, one of those tournaments at Warner Pacific College in Southeast Portland. So that was one season that it was hosted in Portland, and I think 2 years ago as well, if I'm not mistaken. But certainly it will not be the one and only time that the IBL playoffs have happened in Portland. It'll just be the first time that Portland has hosted here at Eastmoreland Court. So we'll look forward to those games. 4 games in 3 nights here at Eastmoreland Courts. Hope to have you out here. And hopefully Portland's competing for the IBL championship when Friday evening rolls around. We are just about set for the second half, as the clock has just sounded right there. So with Portland ahead 51-47, we are set for the second half of action. In Portland led in that first half by Jared Cunningham and his 17 points. Corey Largent with 14 leads the way for the Salem Sabres. Higgins Signs has been serving Clackamas in the Pacific Northwest for more than 4 decades. Their business is built on your image. They've transformed the sign industry with state-of-the-art technology. See how at HigginsSigns.com or call 503-655-9089. Boy, Salem was still out there doing some warm-ups still. And the referees were just letting them shoot around. Portland as well. Looks like there is some issue with the basket down to my right, which the Chinooks will be shooting on to start the second half. So they've got to get that addressed. They have ripped the molding away from it, and they're going to do some repairs to that basket. So it'll delay our second half tip. We'll take a break and come back.
Threw it off the backboard. He lobbed it to himself and threw it down. A la NBA dunk contest, Kevin Ford with a boom.
Get hooked on Portland Chinooks basketball.
Steps back out beyond the arc. He's heating up. Mike Hart is feeling it with another money shot.
Mike into the front court to Cunningham, near corner 3. He's on fire. Here's Cunningham to Jordan for the boom. David Lucas, top of the lane, puts a 3 in. Portland rebound up ahead to Kevin Ford. He's going to go up with authority. Now back to Hart, seeing time wind down. Puts up a 3 and hits it. Portland a steal. Cunningham tipped it. Shep threw it ahead, and Cunningham dunked. Cunningham will pull up for 3 and show him how to do it.
Portland Chinooks basketball. Get hooked.
I'm a champion. Real life Shaq's mechanism. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, ya, ya.
All right, Shaquille O'Neal for Rad. This is not your normal PSA. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to go out and have a good time, it's fine. But designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
It's as if the game day crew knew exactly what they were doing. They fixed the basket quite quickly. It was something with the supports. I don't know if it was not raising or or lowering to the exact height, but I don't know how that would have changed at halftime. Nonetheless, we are set for the second 24 minutes to begin from Eastmoreland with Portland ahead by 4, and they'll start out with the basketball as Greg Foster is joined by Dante Bryant, Kevin Ford, Jermaine Jordan, and Jared Cunningham. Bounce it into Ford. It's tipped out of the lane. They say off of Ford. Kevin going to dispute that and then slowly up the court as Salem pushes it ahead. Sabres basketball, top of the lane done. Was one of the hot hands for the Sabres in the first half. Go to Irves for 3. Tee that one up and off. Portland rebound, Ford up to Bryant, now to Foster, right wing. Down on the block to Jordan, let him go to work. Into the lane he goes, go up, and now decide otherwise. Find Cunningham. Near corner Bryant, he drives, draws traffic in the lane. Shot clock is at 6 as Jordan drives baseline, put it up short. Rebound Largent. Corey up past half court. Lobs it out the rim and finishing is Irves. Irves, who was 0 of 4 to start the ball game, hits his first shot tonight, first basket for Salem of the second half, and it's a 2-point ball game, 51-49. Greg Foster with it. Foster at the point. Looks back behind himself to the shot clock. He had one in front of him. As time was winding down, Foster nails a money jumper right near the foul line. Foster, his second make tonight, had a Chinooks season high the last time his team played on Thursday against Nippon. Now a steal as Largent had it tipped from him. Jordan puts it, or check it, Bryant puts it up into the hands of Foster. He dribbles inside and scores off the glass. Foster with back-to-back hoops for Portland. 55-49, we've played 2 minutes of the third. Salem with a basket inside. That's another one for Irv. So he's got back-to-back hoops to come out of the locker room to start this second half. Ball at the right wing is Jermaine Jordan. Throw it into the big guy Ford. He'll go to work. Lost the ball against Burton and then flipped it up behind his head. Foster picking up the ball and putting it back up and in. Foster, who stands 6'2", might have been the smallest player on the court, but it didn't matter there. He took it from everybody and put it in. Off the foot of the driving Anthony Sanchez baseline goes still with Salem here. 9:18 for the third. 57-51. Portland leads Salem. Burton got to hook one up as he got it off the inbound and worked his opponent down and knocked it in. Burton with 11. Bryant handed off to Jared Cunningham. Now lob it inside looking for Ford. He got turned away from the basketball. It's taken by Irves. Portland with just 4 turnovers in the first half. 14 for Salem. Largent between the rings. Give it to Irves on the right wing. Inside now to Burton. Burton goes by Ford, then runs into Cunningham. Put it up under the basket once, twice, no good. Portland the ball. Foster thread the needle to Cunningham, but Jared couldn't get to it fast enough. So it got knotted up, and then Dunn throws it away looking for Irves. Portland lobs it to Jordan. The lob would have got what came from Cunningham. But Portland tried to be too fancy there. It's picked up and rebounded by Foster. Now Salem calls timeout as Coach Willie Freeman sees the momentum going away from his Sabres. It is a 20-second timeout, Salem. But he has not even addressed his team whatsoever. He was way away from them. And now Corey Largent walks away from the Salem bench and brings over a referee with him. Apparently they want him to look for something, and if that was their way of doing it, to take a timeout, it's effective. Although I probably thought they could have found some way to do that during free throws or an inbound play. But nonetheless, A 20-second timeout used by the Daniel Deanless Salem Sabres. Now Jeff Dunn also having a conversation with that said referee. So whatever point needed to get communicated has been done so. Off the inbound, here's Sanchez to bring it up far sideline for the Sabres. Now it go to Largent, top of the lane. Sanchez cut away from the basketball as Largent has things under control. Back to Dunn between the rings with a shot clock at 6. Throwing inside to Burton. He's got 5 to work with. Burton go around 4. Now fade, baseline, missed it off. An air ball for Burton. Bryant up ahead to Ford. Got grabbed by Dunn. A check at Irves right at the rim. And a foul whistled on Salem. Second on Irves. And first team foul as well. 7:41 on the third period clock. Portland 59, Salem 53. Ford, who is 1 of 4 from the line tonight and less than 50% on the season, is able to get that one up and in. Second one for K-Fo, the product of Oral Roberts, puts that one, and it goes through the twine. 61-53. 7:35 to play. In the third is Largent drives. Check it, Sanchez drives. Off balance and fouled by Greg Foster. Foster picks up his first personal, Portland's first team foul, and at the line, Anthony Sanchez. He too struggles from the foul line, 48%. Puts that one up and in. Sanchez with 5 points tonight. Second one up and in is Sanchez able to make them both. It's a 61-55 ball game, 7.5 before the end of the third. Dante Bryant, right wing, throw it to Foster between the rings. Now go to Bryant, cutting backdoor Cunningham. He got it and scored it. First basket of the second half for JC. He's got 19 to lead everybody. 63-55, Chinooks by 8. Their largest. Now a steal. Portland came up with it. Cunningham throws it way ahead to Foster. Throw it off the backboard to Jordan. He dunked it. Cunningham to Foster to Jordan for 2. Portland leads by 10 now. Burton holds the ball against Ford on the block, goes up against the defense of Ford and draws a foul. Ford picks up his first personal, second team foul on the shot, so Burton finds himself back at the foul line. Three of 4 tonight. And misses that one. Oh, they gave the point to the wrong team. Check it, and made that one. Burton 4 of 5 tonight. It's a 9-point game. Make it 5 of 6 from the foul line for Burton. He's got 13. Portland by 8. 65-57. Foster driving inside, draws a foul. Across the arm. So Foster going to head to the line after Salem picks up their second team foul of the third period. Didn't catch who that one was on. Foster at the line, able to put the free throw up and in. Foster with 7 of his 9 all in this period. Portland's Mike Hart in. And Kevin Ford out. Lots of fans with fans. homemade fans and pieces of paper. They've turned their game programs into fans because it is still a scorcher here inside the gym. Corey Largent has a screen by Burton, goes around it into the lane. There's a whistle. Jermaine Jordan riding Largent all the way to the basket is going to be whistled for his third personal. That's Portland's third team foul. Largent back at the line. 78% accurate. Salem as a team shoots 59% from the free throw line. That one a miss for Largent. Portland by 10, 67-57. Second one is on the way and off. 67-58. Foster to Cunningham, open for a right wing three and makes it. Cunningham, his fourth triple tonight. He's a near money shooter at 39% from distance. Portland by 12, their largest. Largent tries to pull Salem back within single digits. Now Cunningham finds Jordan in the lane. His miss followed up by Foster, who's having a heck of a quarter with 10 of his 12. Boy, that was Glenn who knocked it down. A three-point basket for Glenn. Make it 72-61. Portland loses it. Foster, he doesn't do that often. It's taken by Dunn. His three is in. Dunn with another three, his second tonight. He's got 16. It's an 8-point ball game at 72-64. Hart inside, had that one roll off the rim. Salem the other way, Dunn inside yet again. Dunn single-handedly trying to put this team on his back. Dunn with 18. Foster top of the lane with 4:30 before the end of the third. Hart through the lane. Dish out on the wing to Jordan. It flipped out. Salem has the rebound. Dunn to calmly bring it up the far sideline. You can tell it's hot in the gym when the coaches are wearing Hawaiian shirts instead of suits and ties. Cunningham drives baseline. Check it to Dunn driving baseline. Portland the ball at the rim. Foster got it from Hart and lost it. Cunningham, though, tracks down the ball, tipped ahead by Salem, lobs it for Jordan, and again, something that Portland doesn't need to do is Coach Kaiser vocal on that play. Here's a lay-in at the other end by Sanchez and a whistle timeout. Inside of 4 minutes to play, once was a 14-point lead. Portland at 72-58. Salem on a 10-0 run. They're within 4 at 72-68 inside of 4 minutes for the third.
Portland Chinooks basketball is brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Joseph Moss, dedicated to being the right choice. Springwater Farms. We grow some of the best berries in the Pacific Northwest. Suntree Incorporated Real Estate. Let them be your licensed real estate broker. Malco's Buxton Meat Market with only the highest quality cuts. Clackamas River Racket Club, where you can do a lot. And Jaha Baseball. Get hooked on Portland Chinooks basketball.
We are Emmert International, a leader in building relocation and rigging. For nearly 50 years, we have been providing our clients with specialized transportation, heavy hauling, and structural relocation. Our crews and drivers are highly skilled, and we use the most modern equipment. Your cargo is transported safely and arrives intact.
Nobody moves land quite like Emmert International. 1-800-9-EMMERT or EmmertInternational.com.
Not every child has a safe and loving home, but every child deserves one. Every day in Oregon, there are approximately 7,000 kids in foster care, staying in the home of a caring foster parent while their families get the help they need. Discover how you can make a difference in the life of a foster child. Call the DHS Foster Care Adoption Line for more information. 1-800-331-0503. 1-800-331-0503. Brought to you by Boys and Girls Aid.
Portland did have their largest lead of 14 before Salem claws back. Before you know it, a couple of threes and a couple of twos. And what was a 72-58 ball game is 72-68 inside of 4 minutes for the third period. Foster looks inside for Ford. He takes it against Burton. Now throws out of traffic to Cunningham, top of the lane. He draws a double team, but gets rid of it for a hookup in the lane. No, rebound Ford with a booming dunk. Ford with 15. (74-68). Just over 3 to play. In the third, as just over 5 to play in the third, as driving inside was Corey Largent. Check it, just over 3 to play in the third. Jared Cunningham on the far sideline with Greg Foster. They miscommunicate and lose the basketball. I've got a beam from my vantage point above Eastmoreland Courts that blocks out the middle of the time. So sometimes 6 looks like, well, 5 looks like 2 and everything else. Missed shot top of the lane by Salem. Portland the ball. Mike Hart gives it to Ford. He went up for the stuff. That ball went 20 feet off the top of the rim as it ricocheted. Portland, though, the rebound, give to Cunningham for 3. 5th triple tonight for Cunningham. He's got 25 to lead everybody. Salem's Mike Taylor with a basketball in front of his own bench. On a double team now, gives it to Joe Burton, who comes inside and uses glass for the deuce. Joe Burton with 13. Greg Foster finds himself under the basket for a reverse. Now we've got cleaning up. Ford, 1, 2, 3, tries it. If Portland can't get it, it's loose under the basket and taken out of there by Burton. Salem doesn't have numbers. Largent will back it out beyond the arc and shoot the 3. It's off. Rebound, though, goes to Dunn. He was surrounded by Chinooks, but they didn't grab it. Now Bryant grabs that one off the rim. Into the lane he goes. Finds Ford for the reverse lay-in. Ford with 17. Portland by 9. 1:22 before the end of the third. Dunn keeps the dribble alive, but barely. Hooks it inside to Burton, looking for contact, was wild, chaotic, and out of control, and then fouls in retaliation coming up the floor, Kevin Ford. Burton is whistled for his first personal tonight and second team foul of the period. Wyatt Graziano and Denzel Irves back in, sitting for Salem, Joe Burton and Jeff Dunn. Portland brings Justin Steinke back in and gives Jared Cunningham a breather. Also, Greg Foster sits, and Portland's Jermaine Jordan comes back in. Bryant, top of the lane, nearly had a screen set for him. Shot clock at 5 as it comes inside to Jordan using glass. Had too much mustard on that hot dog. Scored it off to Hart. Now Portland another chance. Steinke fading, makes the 3, and he was looking for a foul call. That's Justin's second triple tonight. Portland by 12, 82-70. Their largest has been 14. Pass to Graziano, who fell down. He was run into by Jermaine Jordan. That's a blocking foul as GJ gave Graziano no room to move. And that's 4 on Jordan. So they'll mop up the sweat out off the floor, and we'll have free throws. Portland Chinooks basketball brought to you by First American Title Company of Oregon. They're focused on you. First American knows their customers and have been finding solutions for more than 100 years. First American Title Company of Oregon is in downtown Portland or at firstam.com. Call 503-222-3651. Off the inbound, Sabres basketball. Largent trying to put a move on Steinke. Now hook it into Largent with two defenders on him. Faded out beyond the arc, counted, and he's fouled. Do they say 3? I believe a 2 would have been more impressive if Largent had been behind the line, but they ruled it a 2. He can't complete the three-point play, though. Now with 12 seconds left, the rebound for Mike Hart, and he brings it up the floor. Hart in front of his own bench. 4 to play. Lobs it for Jordan, but too much to handle. Salem rebound, three-quarters court shot is off, and we've played 3. Well, these games have only been decided by 12 or less, so how apropos it is. We head to the fourth quarter with Portland up only 10, 82-72 after 3. It's time to bring it.
Threw it off the backboard. He lobbed it to himself and threw it down. A la NBA dunk contest, Kevin Ford with a boom.
Get hooked on Portland Chinooks basketball.
Steps back out beyond the arc. He's heating up. Mike Hart is feeling it with another money shot. Mike into the front court to Cunningham, near corner 3. He's on fire. Here's Cunningham to Jordan for the boom. David Lucas, top of the lane, puts a 3 in. Portland rebound up ahead to Kevin Ford. He's going to go up with authority. Now back to Hart, seeing time wind down. Puts up a 3 and hits it. Portland a steal. Cunningham tipped it. Shep threw it ahead, and Cunningham dunked. Cunningham will pull up for 3 and show him how to do it.
Portland Chinooks basketball. Get hooked.
If you're in business, these economic times can really make you pause and think. But what about positioning for the future? That's right. Even recessions have opportunities. Take hiring. Today, it's an employer's market and the talent is through the roof. But how do you find them? Well, smart businesses use iMatch Skills. It's the best online recruiting tool out there, and there's no charge. iMatch Skills has saved thousands of employers time and money. So prepare for the future and go to imatchskills.org or call 877-517-JOBS for assistance from your WorkSource Center.
If you don't bring it in the fourth quarter, why are you playing? Portland by 10, 80-72. We're underway as Taylor with a basketball for the Sabres. Boxed in by 2. Chinooks in front of his own bench. Gets rid of it, but the shot clock at 7 now. Glenn went up and down against the defensive Hart, trying to tell the referee he traveled. Glenn with his shot up and off. No good. Ball don't lie. It will be Portland basketball. Chinooks 43%. Salem 44% from distance. Rebounds 49-39. Portland 22-12 on the offensive boards. Steinke feeling hot. Open for 3. That long ball is an air ball out of bounds. Joe Burton back in for Salem. Terrence Glenn will sit. Portland with 5 turnovers, more than they had in the first 2 periods. Salem with 3 in the third. They've got 17 for the game. Largent against Jermaine Jordan. Inside to Irvs. Turnaround at the basket. Ran into 2 Chinooks and is bailed out with a whistle. Portland foul whistled on Kevin Ford. That is his second. Free throw is up and in as Irvs able to make the first. 83% accurate on the season is Denzel. Had missed his previous 2, though, tonight before stepping the line this time, and he makes a pair this time. Irvs with 6, and the lead is 8 for Portland at 82-74. We've played a minute here in the fourth from Eastmoreland. Ford backs down Burton, go around him. Not able to finish at the rim. Mike Hart stumbles into the corner to save it for Portland. Now off his fingertips. Inside, Portland gets a shot up. It's off, and pulling down the rebound out of the pack, Mike Taylor for Salem. Now he falls down, and Portland picks up the loose ball. Here's Hart into the lane, go up, and he's fouled. Portland went to tip it up. So Mike Hart will head to the line now. It'll be his first trip there tonight. Mike shoots 79% from the line. Check out the story on the Portland Chinooks IBL.com webpage. As we wish Mike luck in his overseas journeys to play basketball in Germany. We'll leave shortly after his team competes for the IBL championship, hopefully. As that shot is up and off by Hart, uncharacteristic for Michael to miss both of them. But he does, and Salem still has a chance to claw closer, down by 8 with a minute and a half gone in the fourth period. Taylor with it, into the lane he goes, uses glass. No, Graziano got lucky as he was there for the rebound. But he's out of bounds, so it is Portland basketball. David Lucas returns for Portland to replace Kevin Ford. Lucas hasn't seen but a couple of minutes of action tonight, averaging about 3 to 4 minutes per quarter tonight. The IBL veteran, closing in on third all-time scoring. Pass through the lane off the fingertips of a Chinook from Jermaine Jordan. Justin Steinke runs to track that one down, but can't get to it soon enough. 2 minutes gone. What was a 10-point lead after 3 is 8 now. Portland still in favor. Pass to Graziano in the far corner. He's their three-point threat, although he can't hit any tonight. Portland pulls the rebound down. Into the lane goes Bryant. Finds Steinke in the right wing, left wing rather, for 3. They say Salem basketball. I thought Portland went over the back, but nothing was whistled. Graziano sits and Dunn's back in. Denzel Irvs to inbound at the end of the Portland bench and bring it in play to Mike Taylor. Largent not doing a lot of handling the ball here in the fourth period. Now has it in the far corner. Gets free from Lucas, puts up a 3, and we've got a Portland foul whistled on David. Lucas, his third and third team foul of the fourth for Portland. At the line goes Corey Largent. He's 1 of 3 tonight and 78% on the season. Free throw up and in, make it 82-75. Portland Chinooks basketball brought to you by First American Title Company of Oregon and by Springwater Farms. Second one, no good. Okay, he was fouled on a 3, so he gets 3 attempts. I missed that one. Largent missed the first 2, so we'll see if he can make something out of the last attempt. Able to make it. Largent has 18 points tonight. Portland to bring it up. Dante Bryant down the near sideline. Bryant double teamed to the top of the lane. Now going to hook it over to Steinke out beyond the arc. Looking inside for Jermaine Jordan. Now they throw it to him. Jermaine takes a dribble, brings it out beyond the arc. With time winding down, here's a Steinke attempt from distance. It's up and off. Salem the rebound. Steinke nearly into the passing lane to take it back. Irves has to do a bobbling act to hold on to it. Steinke then reaches in and is whistled for the foul. Steinke, his first. They do say that's 3 team fouls on Portland, so I was one off, but that is definitely 2 on Steinke. Portland's Greg Foster back in. Jared Cunningham as well. Jermaine Jordan and Steinke will sit for Portland. Largent to inbound. Far sideline. 3 minutes gone, and Portland has been held scoreless to start the fourth. Underneath a hoop for Irves. Irves now with 6, and Portland gives it right back to the Sabres. Dunn from Sanchez. Dial up another 3. Dunn, he's hit 4 of those tonight. He's got 24 to lead everybody. Underneath the basket, both teams getting hands on it. It comes to Cunningham. He's still off balance as he puts it up and off. Rebound Burton. Portland not capitalizing on their possessions and giving Salem the chance to get back into the ball game. It's an 82-81 ball game as Dunn had a chance to give them the lead. Hart fell to the floor, so did Dunn. Nothing whistled. And now Lucas at the other end puts in a deuce. Lucas 2 of 10 on the night before that attempt. Puts Portland back on top 3 at 84-81. Here's Irves. Left wing 3 is up. Now we've got a whistle. And we're walking the other way. It is a timeout whistled by the Salem Sabres. Apparently it is just a 20-second timeout as everybody remains standing. They say it is not a timeout, so everybody will be back out onto the floor now. 7:26 to play in the fourth period. Portland 84, Salem 81. Dante Bryant past the half-court line. Goes behind the back, top of the lane. Cunningham out on the wing, gets it. Steps up for a 3. Foster there to tip the rebound. So is Kevin Ford, but taken by the Sabres. Underneath the basket goes Dunn with a spin-around move at the rim to draw foul. Referee calls that one on Jermaine Jordan, and that's now 5 on GJ. No sign of movement from Trevor Kaiser or Cliff Wagner, his associate head coach. Dunn to step to the free throw line. Has not shot there tonight. As a Sabre, 83% able to make that one. Dunn with 25. And able to make the second one as well. Salem still hanging around. 84-83. Cunningham, a 3 is up and off. Ball comes back to him, though. Ford down the lane to lay it up. It's off. Jordan the rebound. And now a foul whistled on Burton. Burton his first team foul. So Portland took an 82-72 lead to the fourth. Salem comes back 9-0 to start to get within 82-81. And it's 84-83 now inside of 7 minutes for the fourth period. Ford steps to the line, put that one in. Ford now 4 of 7 from the line tonight, has 20 points, so he gets the double-double with 10 rebounds and will need 6 more assists to get a triple-double. Ford able to make the second one. Portland back by 3, 86-83. Sanchez has it tipped from him by Foster, still up on him. Now the ball comes inside to Irv, swatted out of there. Cunningham says, never bring that back in my house. Inbound left of the basket for Salem. In play to Largent, who uses glass. Not able to get that one to fall. Foster up ahead to Bryant. Now to Jordan. Into the lane, handed off Ford, who had to pull up his trousers as they were hitting the floor. Now Portland steal on the inbound. Cunningham goes for the stuff. Irvs picks up his second and second team foul. It will be shots for Portland's Jared Cunningham, as I nearly fall out of my chair here. Cunningham, this will be his first trip to the line tonight. 81% accurate on the season is JC. His first of 2 attempts is Kevin Ford on IBLTV.com. Gives you a little of a dance. I don't know what you would call that. The bird dance, I guess. Substitution, Taylor in, Irvs out. Trevor Kaiser taking a walk down his bench. And will bring Stephen Dennis into the basketball game, it appears, or he sent him on a special project, 1 out of 2. Cunningham makes that free throw. Portland back on top by 9 at 90 to 83, or by 7 at 90 to 83. Underneath, Portland comes up with that ball, taking it away, Cunningham. Now Jordan, all the way to the basket to lay it up and in. As he hit the gas pedal, and Jordan is in double figures now with 10. Timeout called by Salem as the Sabres got tied up in front of the bench, and Willie Freeman calls time. Inside of 6 minutes to play for the fourth, Portland back on top 9, 92-83.
Experience the thrill and excitement of fast-paced International Basketball League action and your Portland Chinooks. The spectacular plays, buzzer beaters, and game winners make for great family fun. Our home is at Eastmoreland Courts near McLaughlin and Johnson Creek Boulevard. The Portland Chinooks are sponsored by Emirates International. Get your tickets at IBL.com and support professional basketball in the Rose City.
Emert International is a building relocating and rigging company based in Portland, Oregon. Since 1964, we've provided a variety of rigging, hauling, and structure relocating services. We offer specialized transport, heavy lifts, logistics, and more. With our fleet of modern equipment, we're able to give you the reliable service you need.
Put Emert International to work for you. EmertInternational.com or 1-800-9 Emert.
Hands can do incredible things. This is the sound of 2 hands helping to save a life. It's called hands-only CPR, and it's recommended by the American Heart Association. If an adult suddenly collapses, call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of their chest until help arrives. Hands can do incredible things, but nothing compares to using them to help save a life. For more information on this latest method of CPR, visit handsonlycpr.org today. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Well, Salem got it to 1. Portland answers. Scoring 8 in a row after being within just a point of the Sabres. Got a foul after the inbound. And that's going to go against Portland's Kevin Ford, his third. So it's an 8-0 Portland run after Salem was within 84-83. At the line, Joe Burton, who was 5 of 6 from the line before that attempt, misses it. But will get a second. The Oregon State University grad under Craig Robinson puts that one up and off as well. Lob up ahead to Cunningham. There was no chance he caught up to that basketball, even though he gave it a valiant effort. Mike Taylor in the near corner for the Sabres. As we close in on 5 minutes remaining in regulation, Portland by 9. Pull-up jumper inside the top of the lane is in for Taylor. Third make tonight for the former Harlem Globetrotter. As 5 minutes gets ready to roll off the clock here at Eastmoreland. 92-85 Chinooks. Bryant, left wing. Bring it into the lane to Jordan. Now out to Cunningham for 3. Tipped out of there by Jordan, but to Salem as Largent to bring it up. Largent runs into traffic. Nearly taken by Dante Bryant at the Chinooks logo. But he is whistled for the foul, and that's his first in the period. Portland now with 6 team fouls. So shots the rest of the way for the Sabres. The horn was blown for an apparent substitution, but nothing will change. Corey Largent to step to the free throw line. Portland Chinooks basketball is proudly brought to you by Higgins Signs and by Eastmoreland Courts. The free throw is up, and Largent able to make that one. And here comes the second. This would bring Salem within 5 if Corey can hit it. Off the front of the rim, no. Foster beat Burton to the rebound. How often does that happen? On the right wing, Jordan for Portland. Top of the lane to Foster. Around to Cunningham. Back to Foster now. Greg finds Bryant on the left side of the court. He'll throw into the lane to Jordan. Uses a turnaround left elbow jumper to get his 12th point of the night. Portland back on top, 8 at 94-86, 4:20 for the game. Done between the rings. On a give and go with Burton, who helped set a screen. Burton able to finish at the rim. Burton being productive on both ends of the floor. He's got 17. On the wing right side, it's Cunningham from Jordan. Put up the 3 and make it. Another money shot for Cunningham. That's 6 tonight. I don't think that is a season high for threes for Cunningham, because I remember that he hit, 4 alone to start a period earlier in this season. But we'll check into that. 3.5 to play before this one's over. Portland by 9 down the lane. Driving is Taylor, and he draws the foul. Cunningham, his second. Cunningham had 6 3-pointers earlier in a game against the Nippon Tornadoes back on July the 9th. And hit 5 in 3 previous games. Right now, Cunningham with 6. One more, and it will be a season high for him, 3-pointers-wise. First one was missed by Mike Taylor. But he'll get one more with 3.5 to play. Salem back here on Wednesday against Nippon in a play-in game at 7. The winner gets Bellingham Thursday at 7. Thursday at 5, I should say. Portland to meet Vancouver at 2:30 in the afternoon on the 4th of July. Bryant cross it over. It's deflected. Cunningham tipped it, but goes to Largent. Corey to lay it up short. Whistle. Got to put him back at the line. Portland is over the limit foul-wise with 8, and that's 2 on Foster. Corey Largent back at the line, where he's certainly not shooting his 78% accuracy on the season, but close. That free throw is up and in. Argent's made 4 of those alone here in the fourth. All of his fourth quarter points coming from the line. He's got 21, missed the second. Portland by 7 at 97-90. Usually they hit 100 going to the fourth. Not here. They may not even get it. Unless they get a point in each of the final minute. Cunningham, a right wing three. No! Rebounded, put back by Jordan. Now it's pretty much inevitable that Portland will hit 100. (99-90). Corner, near side, Taylor for 3. That's off. Rebound Ford. 2.5 to play. Dante Bryant. Give it to his teammate. Jordan is able to hit it, and Portland has hit 100. Jordan with 8 in the period. He had 8 in the first 3. 16 for the game. Kevin Ford steps in front of a Corey Largent pass intended for Burton and stole it. Burton put his foot out to try to kick it. Here's Kevin Ford to finish at the other end of things. Ford with 25. 103-90. Portland, their largest lead, 13. No, check it. Their largest was 14. Here's Dunn down the lane, able to get another. Jeff Dunn, his first non-3 or free throw field goal of the fourth. 28 for the game. Portland trying to eat clock, up by 11, 103-92. 12 points and fewer have separated the previous 4 meetings between Portland and Salem. Miss inside for the Chinooks. Taylor down at the other end to lay it up and in. Taylor with 8, half in the period. 90 seconds remain before the Shooks set a IBL best 11-game winning streak. Portland to win their 14th in 16 games and finish with 14 wins in the regular IBL season. Foster drives. Trevor Kaiser had to get out of the way of that basketball coming up the near sideline as Cunningham was tracking it down. A minute 19 to play, 103-94. Largent to bring it in play. It's tipped on the inbound by Foster, but he runs out of room and goes out of bounds. A great effort by Greg Foster. In fact, I meant to ask Coach Kaiser about that in our pregame report after his Chinook season high of 26 when Portland took on Nippon in their last ball game, but didn't get to it, so we'll make sure we ask again. Ford picks up a missed Corey Largent deuce. Jordan could have laid it in, but wanted to be conservative and give it to a teammate. Now they're running all over the floor and making themselves look bad. Here's Foster lob it up to Ford. Portland should have just gone with the easy hoop, and Coach Kaiser has his hand on his head. We've got a Salem foul that will send Greg Foster to the line. It's on Largent, his second. Greg Foster hasn't missed from the foul line tonight. Able to put the free throw up, and it doesn't go in. One more coming for Foster out of Saginaw Valley State. Second one on the way. Foster able to make that one. Now with 15, 104-94, 40 seconds left. Coast to coast goes Sanchez. I think maybe the Salem faithful looking for something more than just your standard foul. Jordan has fouled out. That's 6 for Jordan. He'll foul out with 16 points, likely with a double-double and perhaps triple-double. He needed a rebound and 3 assists, likely to achieve at least the double-double, because he certainly had more than a rebound here in the fourth. Sanchez comes up empty at the line, 41.2 seconds remaining. Chinooks by 10. 104-94. That one also up and off. Rebound Ford. Kevin with the double-double tonight in the regular season finale. Foster goes through the lane, finds Cunningham for 3, fades out of the corner, it's off. Salem rebound, Burton and Taylor both there, but it's off of Portland to the Sabres with 28 2/10 of a second before this one's done. 104-94. Taylor up past half court. Gonna hand it off to Sanchez for 3. No, Portland will get it into the front court. Foster gonna hand it off to Cunningham. That one spins out, though. Cunningham had a gimme. Now in the final 10, Salem into the front court. Hand it off to Largent. He'll shoot a top-of-the-lane 3 that's off. The rebound, Foster. The celebration song begins, and Portland is celebrating their 11th straight victory, their 14th in 15 games. They end the season with a league-best 11-game winning streak and get their 14th victory in the regular season. Salem drops their 3rd in a row to Portland here at Eastmoreland Courts. They hope to shake some of those cobwebs out as they head into the playdown game against Nippon on Wednesday night. And then if they advance to play Bellingham on Thursday. Salem ends the regular season with 4 losses in 5 games, 3 of those to Portland, while the Chinooks again end with a league-best 11 straight wins. We will break it down for you on our post-game report. Stick around. That is coming up right after this. Chinooks win 104-94.
Portland Chinooks basketball is brought to you by Emmert International. Nobody moves land quite like Emmert. Taylor Group Realty, delivering experience, teamwork, motivation, and integrity. Higgins Signs, their business is built on your image. First American Title Company of Oregon, they're focused on you. At Eastmoreland Courts, home of your Portland Chinooks. Portland Chinooks basketball. Get hooked.
This morning, amidst growing tension between factions, the North Bank was unexpectedly besieged by kittens. We go live to the scene.
There were kittens everywhere. My daughter, she tried to run, but it was no use. They were too cute.
No group is officially claiming responsibility for the action, but the Prime Minister is wasting no time declaring peace on all neighboring nations.
We pledge to step up our country's production of scratching posts, the catnip, and the squeaking plastic mice.
Meanwhile, in the U.S., Republicans and Democrats unanimously passed the Fetch Act, making Texas the largest dog park in the world. You have been listening to Global News Hour. This is Susanna Insterval wishing you a good evening.
Pets make the world a better place. End petlessness at the Oregon Humane Society.
Chinooks win. Chinooks win. Their 11th in a row. Their 14th out of 15. And they end the IBL with a regular season record of 14-5. Salem with the loss. They end losers of 4-5 and fall to 9-10. They'll be in action on Wednesday night here at Eastmoreland in a play-in game against Nippon. Portland will open up round 1 of the IBL playoffs against Vancouver in another matchup, the Battle of the Bridges 4. 2:30 on Thursday afternoon, the 4th of July. But here, the Chinooks with a 104-94 victory. An IBL best 11-game winning streak. Portland at the end of 1 trailed by 2 after a slow start, but they would make up ground in the second after being down 27-25, pushed it to 51-47 at halftime, and they took a 10-point lead to the fourth, 82-72, winning by 10, 104-94. Portland quickly pushed that 4-point halftime edge up to 14, their largest, before Salem came back on a 10-0 run to get within 72-68. We headed to the fourth with Portland up 10. However, Salem scores 9 unanswered to get within 82-81 early on. Then Portland comes back after being up only 1, 84-83, scores 8 unanswered to make it 92-83. They hit 100 with 2.5 minutes left and win by 10, 104-94. Portland led in the victory here tonight by the 30 points of Jared Cunningham. Had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Kevin Ford with a double-double, 25 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 block shots. Jermaine Jordan with yet another triple-double tonight, but he's not the only Chinook to accomplish such. Jordan 16 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, and 5 steals. Greg Foster also hit for a triple-double with 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. Also had 3 steals. Great all-around game for Greg. 6 points for David Lucas and Justin Steinke as the starters do most of the scoring. Hart with 9 rebounds. Steinke with a rebound. Salem led in the loss by the 28 points of Jeff Dunn. 17 for Joe Burton, 21 from Corey Largent, 9 from Mike Taylor. Denzel Irves and Anthony Sanchez with 8 apiece, and 3 for Wyatt Graziano. Their leading rebounder was Burton with 13 as he gets the double-double. Most assists came from Largent with 8. And Burton with 3 steals leads that category. Portland with 2 players with 10 assists each, Jermaine Jordan and Greg Foster. Most steals came from Jordan with 5. Portland shoots 41% from the field, near identical to Salem's 40%. From downtown, Chinooks 8 of 31, and Salem 9 of 31. 29% for the Sabres, 26 for Portland. Free throws, Chinooks 10 of 18, 56%, about their average, and Salem 17 of 31, 55%. Rebounds taken by Portland, 68-54, 27-16 on the offensive end. One of the points of emphasis we heard Trevor Kaiser speak about in the pregame report. Portland 40 assists on 43 made baskets, Salem 21 on 34. Portland steals 21 balls to 10 of the Sabres, blocking 5 shots to 3 of Salem. Turnovers, 14 for Portland, 21 for Salem, 25 Portland points, and 13 for the Sabres off turnovers. Portland wins second chance points, 29-10, and bench points, 18-12. Their largest lead was 14 at 72-58. Had 1 lead change, 2 ties, and Portland wins 104-94. Next up, it's the IBL playoffs. Portland will host here. There's a play-in game between Salem and Nippon Wednesday at 7. Portland is in action in a Battle of the Bridges, Part 4 against Vancouver, 2:30 on Independence Day afternoon. And then we'll have a 5 o'clock game here between Bellingham and the winner of Salem versus Nippon. The IBL championship game is coming up on Friday night at 7 o'clock. Chinooks win for the 11th straight, 14 out of 16. And Portland finishes 14-5 in the IBL regular season. 104-94 over Salem until Thursday. Happy 4th of July. Good evening, and go Chinooks.